Hello, 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 and welcome back to yet another episode of Genshin Impact. Now, if you recall, last episode we had some very amazing, interesting things going on, which is always fun, always good. I will only be streaming for probably about an hour again, which sucks, but hopefully we can get somewhere in that little time frame. Oh, and apparently this thing's back. Right. Not really that worried about it though. Nice. So that'll have to be redone anyways. Really cool. Always gotta be careful. Oh, I forgot about
Drop! God, careful! Free!
Drop!
Wait, that was a new item. Interesting. Whatever that is. Ooh, what are those? Those are two. Star Silver? What is this?
You know, little pixie, your ability to appear and disappear at will is very interesting.
Yeah?
After committing a crime, you'd be able to leave the scene without a trace.
You're so suspicious. Why is Paimon a criminal in your example?
I feel a little bad, but that was adorable. You need to be tested. Oh no.
I'll put you on high! Let's move! I will end you. Let's end this quickly!
Starfall!
That seemed to work.
Drop!
Use this first. Counterattack! Let's end this quickly!
Starfall!
Oh, hello. Thank you very much. Okay, something's wrong in where it's not actually registering alerts. So I should be able to see alerts. Because it's above everything else, but it's not showing it. Annoying. Annoying. I really think it'd be showing what it's supposed to be showing. Yeah, okay, freeze. Oh crap. Go away.
Stay right there. Let's end this quickly.
Ooh, okay.
Go, go, big, no escape!
Let's end this quickly. Let's end this quickly.
Out of here.
I guess this is it.
Thank goodness that's over. Okay. Nothing else here, unfortunately. Good thing this camera is here, though. Any further. Okay. Anyways, let's continue on. Oh, it's not even on. Since we're freezing right now. But, get up here. Too close to the fire itself. Cylinder.
It's getting colder and colder. Rosaria, aren't you freezing?
Me? I'm all right. I got used to operating in adverse conditions a long time ago.
Huh? Seems like there's more to being a nun in the Favonius Church than Paimon realized.
Really? hate those. I really hate those ones now. I'm not gonna lie about that. I apparently might not be able to get in there.
Told you I'd win.
Of course, those are... We're just gonna keep moving past you at this point.
Let's move.
I'm stuck on this side. Genius.
Have a load of this.
Okay.
Let's move.
No one escapes my sight.
Have a load of this.
I honestly not try to open the gate. Huh. I don't know if it was meant to happen in that way, but it did. Yeah, I can't blow those up because I don't have complete. It's just unfortunate, honestly. Which leads me to my next option, which is... Oh, this, right. What is that? This is a pretty interesting actual area so far. Not very friendly either, man, I might add. So that's the area we need to get get out of that point. I wonder what will happen once I actually get there. Ancient Palace, Tomb City. Holy crap. I'm freezing. I got, we're freezing. Yeah! Seriously. You ought to get warm. Crud. gonna go ahead and eat real quick. Immediately. You good? Thank goodness one of those showed up. I'm pretty sure it stopped us from freezing. Oh, seriously?
Get ready for the gliding champion of Mondstadt!
That was all the way down there. Crazy.
Get ready for the gliding champion of Mondstadt!
There's the bridge we used to get into this area to begin with. There's albeto and a weird looking
Is
sword.
that albeto? Why would he hang around a place like this?
The word on the street is he loves sketching. He'll hang around anywhere for a good landscape. The views and scenery here are pretty good. Sketches everywhere you look.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna...
But can't he see those hilly churros? Isn't he in danger?
They seem to
Uh-oh.
have seen it.
Looks like we startled them. Enough talk. Let's take them out of the picture first.
are you? Why did you alarm them? Thank the gods I'd already completed my sketch. Would have been a shame to leave these particular hilly trails unfinished.
What's up with sketching hilly churls? What makes them so interesting?
I'm afraid the answer isn't easy to explain. If you'd like to have a look at my sketch, it may give you a clue.
Wow, look at the detail! But some of it seems to have been done in a hurry.
You can find these hilly trails anywhere. Quite boring, in fact. Not worth closer inspection. But take a look at this specimen. The build, the coat, and there's a distinct force at work here. In the cyclical lives of such primitive communities, such unique attributes are an indication of evolution at work. Evolution, the transition from nothing into existence, from the known to the
Hold your horses. Something tells me we're in for a thesis and I haven't got the stamina. We found your man. I'm headed back.
What? Don't you have any questions for him? Hey! What a weirdo.
So Sister Rosaria brought you. Surprising. And I didn't have time to thank her. But back to the point. From her words, it seems that you were looking for me?
Mm-hmm. We met a girl in Mondstadt, Sucrose. She said you were stuck with your research.
I see. So Sucrose sent you here. Then, if I'm not mistaken, you must be the honorary knight. You've got the whole of Mondstadt talking. I've heard a bit of everything. Your actions during Storm Terror's attack, your elemental control, and quite a few other mysterious things. I'll skip to the conclusion. There's only one possibility after all. You? Excellent. If I could procure your assistance, I think my research would benefit enormously. Forgive me. This must be confusing. Where should I begin? The essence of life?
Whoa. You want to start with that?
You're right. Giving a demonstration would be better than trying to explain. For example, awakening life. Breathing new life into fallen leaves.
Ooh. Okay, fancy.
You can do that?
However, I have a particular seed in my possession. The method I'm talking about has produced no results. It's like you, in that it hails from another world. Helping it to grow, to bloom. That's the problem my research is up against. That's where I need your assistance.
Well, if you're struggling to figure it out, Paimon's not sure we're gonna be much assistance.
I beg to differ. I'm unable to comprehend the intricacies of life outside of the known world. But you're not from the known world. By observing and researching you...
Shall we just get out of here? This sounds a little freaky.
It's possible. But I will do everything in my control to ensure your safety. Time for a change of surroundings. We should be going. There's research to do.
Pretty wants to start moving now. And I'm probably gonna freeze to death by the time this actually happens, and she was listening the whole time.
Albeto and that traveler seem to have hit it off. Takes a weirdo to know one, I guess. I wonder, does this constitute a risk to Mondstadt?
Oh, great. So she's not really on her side, which is bad.
Starfall! Shake! Starfall!
Well, hopefully this won't play soon.
Bet you can't keep up with me.
Fancy little shield.
That's more like it.
is that thing? That thing looks like the other thing. Oh my goodness. Okay, we need to... Before anything else. Oh my. Okay. Could just stay up there just a little longer. Got it. Ooh. Well, that's new news. Oh, thank goodness. So these are heat sensors, too. Sheesh, freezing to death up here is no joke. These things really do. Oh, so those are heat lamp savers. Good to know. Get another one. Yay!
Paimon has a question. After the seed sprouts, will it grow into anything?
That is a question.
I don't know. But I feel the importance will lie in the method, not the endpoint. Using alchemy to awaken otherworldly life into that would constitute a big leap in my understanding of the essence of life. After awakening, even creation may be possible. Still a little difficult to understand?
To create more of the
No, Paimon's got a brain. But what's the seed gonna become? Isn't that more interesting than whatever it was you were saying?
Well, if it turns out to be a delicious fruit, dinner's on me.
Yay! Paimon's holding you to it.
Well, let's just say I, occasionally have to look after a child. Another lengthy explanation, I'm afraid. I suppose it's one of the few non-alchemy-related disciplines I'm any good at. The subject of my first research was the elements. In this world, manipulating the elements requires a vision. Though I can't see anything resembling one on your person, how you're able to freely manipulate elemental power is something I'd like to ascertain. I've got a few questions in that regard. Firstly, do you have any extra organs? A second heart? A fourth stomach? Things of fascinating. And this floating child is connected to your body in some way?
What a stupid question. Can't you see the gap between
Paimon's mad.
I was merely considering the
Savage.
possibility that you were an external organ. Perhaps there is some invisible force connecting you. Oh, that rules out that possibility. I wonder, did Paimon guide the elemental power to you? But that would mean that Paimon's elemental power would be enough to break through a mountain rock at least 10 meters thick, or cause the waterfall south of Springville to flow backwards. No, that definitely can't be it.
Hey! How would you know anyway?
In that case, it would appear that there's no obvious difference between the composition of your body and that of the humans in this world. Given that there's clearly a discrepancy in our research, it seems that only experimentation will yield the answers. Firstly, this mysterious elemental power. I'd like to examine exactly how it manifests externally. Let me lure a few slimes to the area. Perhaps you'd be able to defeat them, using whatever method comes most naturally to you.
Huh? Doesn't seem very sciencey.
Direct and clear observation are imperative to a good experiment. Naturally, if you require a greater challenge, we could bring in 6 Oceanids.
No, I know.
Well, prepare yourself. The slimes will be here any moment.
Oh, great. Ice cream. Dude, I freaking love ice cream.
Drop! Ha! Ha! Shake! Yeah! 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 Ha! Yeah! Ha! Yeah! Ha! Yeah! Yeah! Ha! Yeah! Ha! Drop! Yeah! Yeah! Drop! Yeah! Ha! Ha! Yeah! Drop! Yeah! Yeah! Shake! Yeah! Yeah! Starball! Yeah! Yeah!
Great work. Did you feel anything out of the ordinary? If you're injured, I have a few emergency potions ready.
Just a bit cold.
Excellent. According to my observations, the manifestation of the external elemental flow is as expected. Elemental reactions are normal. There's nothing out of the ordinary. Now that we know that the external flow is manifesting normally, let's test the internal flow.
Internal flow? How do you test that?
It's very simple. I can use alchemy to create a potion that will extract elemental power. If the elemental power is stored or accumulated physically within your body, this potion may elicit an elemental reaction.
Sounds kinda terrifying.
Don't worry. In the normal course of events, you'd feel some temporary queasiness. No bodily injury.
And in the abnormal course of events?
If anything unexpected occurs, I've made the necessary preparations. Well, it's not that there aren't any risks involved. But if there is anything blocking your elemental flow, we'll be able to locate it with this test. Just a warning. If an internal elemental reaction occurs for any other reason, that's a bad sign. Yes, that's an excellent way to think about it. Before we get started, the potion we'll use for the test is missing a catalyst. We'll need to find it. It's a type of ore known as star silver, but unfortunately not all of it is suitable.
Great.
I'll take you to my campsite. We can gather some star silver ore on the way. I'll point out any likely contenders. All going to plan, We should be able to begin concocting the potion when we get to the campsite.
Paimon's still got a few safety concerns, but it seems like there's a silver lining. Let's keep our eyes open.
Sounds like a good idea. Sounds like a very good idea. Oh, hey, good to see you, Evac Games. How you doing? Anyways.
Here. Should do for catalyst purposes. This one. Usable with a bit of polish. What luck. This should be enough. My campsite is just up ahead. I'll lead the way.
Another one of those. Nice.
This is my campsite. I've added the materials we collected to the concoction. While we are waiting, have a look over here. My assistant Timaeus here is helping me with my research. I'm guessing you may have met in Mondstadt already.
Hello! I've just gotten hold of the data from your experiment. The report is already up on the board there.
Whoa! Look at all the data! You got all these results from one slime battle?
I wouldn't call them results, inferences, and a few daring guesses perhaps. I think the most rational direction would be to expound on the phylogenetic relationship between this traveler and the slimes. Consider. You don't have a vision, but you can manipulate elemental energy. The slimes don't have visions either, yet they too are able to manipulate the elements. Following this line of thought, I'm sure we'll be able to establish a basis in fact.
Not bad for a point of entry. But strictly speaking, slimes are elemental life forms. In other words, beings consisting entirely of the elements. A cryoregis vine, or even a whopperflower might be a better analogy. But tracing back the phylogenetic relationships between plants and animals, you might have to trace back to the world's origins. In that sense, things might get difficult, don't you think?
Yes, sir. That sounds correct.
After all, we've got our primary data already. This traveler is a visitor from another world. If it turned out that she did have a phylogenetic relationship with this world. Now that really would be something, wouldn't it?
Ah, it would. Apologies. I was so excited to get the data. I'll slow down a bit next time. Speaking of data, to complete our research, we'll need some more. I'll be conducting analysis here for the time being. If you're keen for an update, just come and find me.
Great, I'll leave you to it. Looks like the potion's ready. I'll try a little first. If all goes well, I'll hand it over to you. In line with my expectations. Ready to drink. Remember to keep calm at all times, and breathe deeply if you feel unwell.
So that's the potion, that weird glowing massive one? You want me to drink this now? So I wouldn't understand. Let me do some investigating first. Alright, I've looted most of your camp. I'm gonna loot out here as well real quick. It's lootable, which is... Okay, that's it. Fine, I'll drink the potion. I really don't want to drink this weird potion. Don't bode well. I highly doubt that, but we're drinking it.
Tasty? You've got a funny look on your face. You said you tried some already. You sure it was ready? What's happened to her?
Oh, this was the result I was expecting. And a very positive one at that. This potion channels elemental power into the body. Under normal circumstances, a repelling reaction is to be expected. But if the internal elemental flow is unimpeded, you'll only experience momentary discomfort. Once the flow is complete, there won't be any other effects.
So you knew you'd be sick and still drank some?
It was my own concoction, of course. Only natural for me to be the guinea pig. But of course, you're my assistant. By all sense and reason, it would be wrong of me to place that risk onto you. In conclusion, I'd say we have our conclusion. As far as elemental energy is concerned, you're no different from anyone else in this world. Nothing peculiar.
Aw, Paimon wanted something cooler to happen.
Then again, better an ordinary result than a peculiar result. Peculiar results have a tendency to be of the... The good thing about ordinary is that everything is an object of reference, and everyone understands you. People are the same, they can understand, empathize, encourage, and support one another. When you're sick, a doctor can diagnose you because they are you. When something goes wrong, you can ask people who've made the same mistake for their experience because you are them. But a peculiar person, they don't have much recourse for the things we take for granted. The essence of their life is fundamentally different. For example, a human can't understand the life of a pyroregisvine or an eye of the storm. Have I explained it clearly enough? To sum up, this has been a positive outcome. Going forward, you can use your elemental power without fear.
Nice.
Timaeus, the results of the new experiment are out. If you could see to collating them.
Just a moment, sir. I'll handle it. Oh, you gave me a lot to consider. Really stretched. Having you down as an animal wasn't very precise of me. But starting with the premise of an elemental life form...
Not bad. I think it's an interesting line of inquiry. Whatever the truth of the matter, I'd like your research at the fore as opposed to my judgment.
You can count on me, sir. I'll extract a result satisfactory to all.
Is he trying to join the Knights? He's starting to sound like a suck-up. What Paimon meant to say was, that's the spirit. Mr. Albeto, say something.
Paimon, always the savage.
Before we can proceed with our research, I need to prepare something. Wait one moment. If you're interested, why not have a look around? It may help to pass the time.
Probably.
Here comes Albeto. Let's go see him.
I'm back. Did you see anything interesting?
Very organized.
Agreed. I'd love to find a moment to put them all in order. Still, experiments come first. Well, on with the research. There may be significant differences between different worlds. Take Tevat, for example. Here, those with visions can manipulate the elements. But worlds may well exist where only one person is able to do so. Or even everyone. So, leaving elements to one side, do you possess any unique abilities? Ones that don't exist in this world? I think answering this question calls for the same methodology as last time. In other words, time for the next experiment. No. You shan't be required to exert quite so much effort this time around. Now, see this pillar here? Use your willpower to try and break it. That was your best effort?
What's with the disappointment?
Have you tried using your elemental power with food? I don't mean for cooking as such. Rather, channeling your power into the ingredients themselves. I'm curious to see how the taste and texture respond. It may even help with proliferation. I suppose I have a curiosity for things that others find surprising. Anyway, why don't you cook us up a sunshine sprat? I've just finished.
Cooking? Paimon?
Not only is this recipe a staple for me,
Paimon bets you're just hungry. It does sound yummy, though. Okay, Paimon approves. Good buddies are always on the same page.
I'll leave you to it then. If there's anything left over, maybe Timaeus can finish the last morsels.
Paimon doesn't think we'll have that problem.
Paimon eats too much.
How are we gonna channel elemental power into the food? Maybe try the willpower thing again.
Okay, we now have this brand new food. Boy. Bonus. Whoa. Why can we not make butter? Dang it, butter. Come on. Work with me here. Chris had to be the butter. Here, let's just go ahead and put in like, what, 27? Here, yeah. I wonder if that'll be enough for him. Oh, didn't mean to do that, but okay.
That was fast.
There you go.
An average outcome experimentally, but you've really brought out the flavor. As far as the proliferation hypothesis is concerned, we've come up short. See, unless... Could it be that the natural...
We just didn't know how to channel elemental power into the food. It's...
Not to worry. At least we put some... And here's your portion.
Woohoo! Thanks! Glad glad you were paying attention.
I can tell that you're good friends. Paimon was keeping an eye on you and your safety during the whole experiment. Not that Paimon would have been able to do much if things had gone wrong. But anyway.
Paimon is emergency
You were
food.
being nice a second ago.
Paimon is
But
emergency
you do have
food.
tasty recipes, so Paimon forgives you.
Paimon is emergency
And
rations.
you're right, we are good friends. You have good friends too, right? Good students?
Yes. I'm fortunate too, I suppose. Anyway, moving on to the next
We
experiment.
must keep doing this.
There are all manner of alchemical items here. Keeping them in their proper place is a challenge at the best of times. A while ago, I had the misfortune of misplacing a batch. I managed to retrieve the majority, but 2 vials have been evading me. Animal crystal fly elemental extract and electrohypostasis powder.
Paimon's barely finished eating and you want us to go gathering again?
Don't worry if you can't locate them. I was planning to replace them anyway. If you had, say, a superpower, like I must have dropped them somewhere in the area where you were looking just now.
So, guess we'd better take a look. Oh yeah, you could use elemental sight. The extract of an animal crystal fly can only be animal elemental energy, right? This has gotta be it. This must be electrohypostasis powder.
Goodness, you managed to find them. Incredible. 1,000 thanks. I'm wondering, this elemental sight, this is what allowed you to locate the items and find me here on the mountains, correct?
Yep. Guess it does sort of count as a superpower, huh?
Unfortunately, though elemental sight is seldom seen, only a never-before-seen otherworldly power.
You mean...
Don't be disheartened. This falls entirely within my... I have to commend your deduction that the... Right then. Up until now, our research has focused on your otherworldly identity. Our research on your identity as one of us is just beginning. In essence, the differences between humans are reflected in our intellectual and physical capabilities. Let's start with physical. Looking out from where we're standing, can you see what Sucrose is doing? And if you jumped from here and landed on that cliff, the one over there, so what about if you planted a single blow on the mountain face here, and it burst into 1,000,000 fragments? Then could you see her? Then I shouldn't get too excited. I know of a location that will be perfect.
Before we continue on. Claim this. Oh, I got another suspicious. Look, cool.
Drop!
Keep accidentally doing that.
Duh.
Oh my god, it's bigger. Why? Why is it bigger? Why is it that big? Oh my goodness. Seems to work differently too. That has a laser? Oh my goodness. Gosh.
Look at you! Boop. Get it!
You got me.
That was a big boy. There seems to be a rare chest over here too, which is nice. So we're gonna grab that real quick. Bad though, I don't have that access point yet. Woo! It was so cool. Hold on. That's a new item. What does the priest box do? 3-piece. Dang nabbits. Now I have a nameless treasure that I need 3 of and a priest box I need 3 of. I have 1 of each. I still need to do more exploring to find both. Safety. Okay, anyways, we're gonna eat now, so we're gonna go and eat. There we go. Oh, look, another bird.
Get him!
Made it.
You want us to jump? From up here?
Oh, gosh.
Not necessarily. Not if you know of a better method, that is. Whichever method you choose, the experiment will end when you reach the opposite shore of the lake. I will factor the time expended and your top speed into my comparative analysis. Without limitations, we complete tasks intuitively, using the method that seems most rational to us. Some of us would be unable to stand the icy waters, Others might find the whole thing rather refreshing. No matter what choice you make, it's all a part of the experiment. For me, then if you would please, I eagerly await the results.
Wait a minute. While we're busy testing, what exactly are you gonna be doing?
Me? Recording data, responding to risks, providing emotional support.
So if we do decide to go swimming, you gonna dive in with us?
No. Unless you're thinking of conducting competitive research?
Oh! Forget Paimon said anything.
Great work. I've never seen a performance quite like it. Your reputation precedes you, traveler. The data shows that you're easily outperforming the average citizen in Mondstadt.
Good. Very
But
good.
you followed us the whole way without breaking a sweat!
Me? Actually, I used alchemy to cheat a little. But anyway, if it turns out that the natural laws of Tavad do not affect you, I should be able to make various inferences about the otherworldly civilization you belong to. If the natural laws of Tavad do affect you, then I shall be able to make inferences into the kind of evolution that would occur under the absence of such effects. The innumerable possibilities that this could present, the captivating insights, it would be something to savor again and again.
This guy.
But how does this help your research?
You've helped me to unravel many of the problems that were holding it back. When we return to the campsite, I should be able to show you. I may be about to make some analogies between you and a few unusual specimens. I hope you won't be offended. Gold, petrified trees, a sun 8 times the size of our own. The essence of the investigative process is enthralling, but such feelings are inevitably fleeting in nature. I'm willing to pour all my energy into research, and yet specimens are finite. As the unknown transitions into the realm of scientific understanding, the feeling of enlightenment is lost. All these things that start out as objects of fascination end up possessing the prosaic mundanity of a sunsetia or a sweet flower. They cease to be noteworthy.
Oh, so that's why you wanted to sketch those hilichurls? Because you got to see something new and interesting and the differences between them?
Yeah.
Precisely.
Exactly why.
To quote my exact words from earlier, these creatures are, for the most part, quite boring, not worth closer inspection. There is precious little about them that serves to pique my curiosity now.
So after all these experiments, are we gonna be, like, boring to you? Like sketches?
Of course not. You have been of great assistance to me, and I will remember this friendship for a lifetime. Now, before we head back
Thing
to
is,
the
we'll be more
campsite,
friend than experiment.
there's one more experiment. Intelligence. Follow me. There are some other ruins nearby.
Okay, here we go again. Okay, good.
Let the show begin!
Woo!
I'll protect us!
I'm a rock. I'm a rock. Yeah.
Oh, thank goodness that's over. We did it! Ooh, there's something evil in that chest. Okay, anyways. I don't know what that was, but that was one, it involved some intelligence, and two, that was amazing and horrible at the same time. Looks like whatever intelligence test we need to do is great. Oh, my phone is starting to freeze, nice. That don't look really safe. Where was the drop on? That's where the drop on.
I imagine you must have encountered more than a few conundrums during your travels. I'd like to observe your intelligence by means of a practical test of your capabilities. Much as I'd like you to explore these ruins, and there are 2 puzzles located at the far ends of the ruins. After completion, you should be able to activate the mechanism in the center. As with the physical test, there are no restrictions. Everything you do is an action I would remember that this is a test of intellect. So should you get lucky in any way, that won't be factored in as part of the test. So, let's see you in action. Sealy like these are a common sight in the mountains. Returning them to their rightful places is up to you. It's a complex environment, so proceed with caution.
Still that stupid top. Freeze to death over here. Of course. I kind of figured. Okay. Perfect. Of course, not one of those guys that'll show up.
It should now be possible to activate the central mechanism. Exactly what will happen when you do is something I'm looking forward to finding out. Oh, seems that the water level has suddenly decreased.
Good.
What's this? To the best of my knowledge, these belong to a script of some kind. They can be found all over Teyvat, but they've never given up their secrets. There's still a lot to learn about them. And as for why they should ever have come to rest here, a true mystery. Let me make a copy first. I'll make time to go over them in greater detail after our research.
Another thing for the don't understand list. Unsolvable mystery this, weird experiment that. It be nice to get some cool results for once.
Savage
Seems like if you want the reward, you gotta pay the price.
I've truly gained a lot from all this. Comparatively, the little reward I can offer is too small to mention. Let me return to the campsite first. By the time you get back, I may just have a fleeting miracle for you to witness.
Paimon's kinda looking forward to seeing the result of all this brain ache. Unless you can think of anything better.
Not so fast. You're not leaving until I'm convinced that nothing dangerous is going on here.
You! You didn't leave the mountain?
I most certainly did not. I must say, you let your guards down. Or maybe you were drawn in by his compelling-sounding hypothesis and friendly demeanor. Taking orders from a complete stranger? I'd sooner believe you were tricked than that you would be so naive.
Listen, sister, your guard's so high you can't even see over the top of it.
It doesn't matter what you think. He could be a saint for all you know. But I understand him a little. I'm only concerned with one thing. Whether his...
No way! Paimon would have sensed it!
With an alchemist of his level, in any case, I'm not about to let...
So, what are you gonna do?
I've gotta hand it to you. You have your moments. If I can be sure that nothing you came... I've investigated everything else. The only...
But we don't even know what they mean.
That much is true. But for insurance purposes, I'd better make a copy. Now then, all things considered, which is what I was hoping. I would have been one very unhappy sister.
Overtime.
Before we go our separate ways, Outlander, a word of advice. Don't be so quick to trust Albeto, and don't repeat the same mistakes that you did this time. You made a lot of rash decisions today.
She's gone! So stubborn. Mondstadt doesn't have many people like that. Huh.
We should be able to see what's in the water now. Let's have a look.
We already did see those in the water area. We're just gonna teleport back to the closest destination. And hopefully this will be the end of this crazy quest we've been on overall. It's been pretty fun. That, or I'm guessing we might end up getting ourselves killed. He might be waiting for us to come back and then attack us, which just seems to be kind of running on the north. It could be a hidden hall happening.
You're back. Good timing. I've just about reached the conclusion. You took quite a while. Did you get held up on the way back? I wouldn't worry. She's just doing her job. Time for the results. We got a myriad of data today, and it was very difficult to finish all the research in one go. But the integral preliminary conclusion that I can offer you is... you're very much like a human from this world.
You couldn't tell that just by looking? We spent all day working our butts off for that?
Please, I understand that this may have seemed self-evident to you, but in fact, nothing in this world should be taken for granted. Have you ever considered that the world of Teyvat may have a natural hostility to Outlanders? I mentioned the natural laws of this world. You're able to converse with me here without consequence, and nothing seems amiss. But it's arguably a small miracle. The only other life form that, like you, has come here from afar is the seed that I mentioned. Under the effects of Teyvat's natural laws, it isn't even able to sprout, let alone bloom. But after I observed you, I had another idea. Imitating you helped to inspire my alchemy. And so...
Whoa! It looks like something's appearing!
The transition from nothing into something, from shoot to stem, and now to fruition. Is not nurturing otherworldly life also nurturing the world itself?
Aww.
It would seem that that's as far as we go. A transient bloom of incomparable beauty. Life's proudest achievement.
Paimon thought with all our efforts, it might have bloomed forever, and it didn't even have any fruit.
Life is a manifold tapestry of free entities. Its value shouldn't derive from how long it stays with us. Even a momentary burst is precious. A short life can be well lived. A life lived efficiently, lived to perfection, is necessarily one unburdened by loneliness. So, do you understand what I meant about us conversing here arguably being a small miracle?
Things feel a little heavy right now. Don't be sad, Albeto. Paimon really wants to be your friend.
Thank you both. Even if dispelling loneliness is not essential for life, it certainly doesn't hurt. Your help inspired me to discover the means to make a flower bloom. I mean that the time I've spent traveling with you in the mountains was a valuable journey for me. In the future, if the need arises, can I well,
Nice.
I made a point throughout of telling her how ordinary the results were. But what was that sediment I saw forming at the bottom of the vial? It should not have been there. What could it mean? Those born of Earth are bound by its imperfections, but those born of chalk are free of impurities. You and I are alike, both composed of a substance that has yet to be fully defined. If, one day, I lose control, destroy Mondstadt, destroy everything, can I rely on you to stop me?
Oh, that name. I had a feeling it was gonna have something bad about it. Unfortunately.
Huh? Look at that. Looks like someone made camp here. Are other people adventuring nearby? Let's see how our fellow explorers are doing.
It don't look good. Really no look good. Not even seeing anyone here. I see enemies, unfortunately.
You'll get frostbite. Frozen. Have a load of this!
Yeah, Starball!
You get careless.
Starball!
Eat up! You need to hurry up!
Drop! Shake!
You need to hurry up! This one's well done!
Starball!
This one's well done!
Drop!
You need to hurry up! You'll get a frostbite. This one's well done! You need to hurry up! Fuel's clogged! Freshness preserved. That's too much.
I'll race you there!
We're racing back to the adventure camp. once we get out of here, I'll be wrapping up this episode. We'll be here very shortly. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching with me. Welcome, sir.
On top of that mountain.
Hey, it's Sucrose! Are you here to explore the snowy mountain too?
You scared me. Please, don't scare me like that. I was giving my research report some much-needed consideration.
But you were just standing over there, staring into space.
Not at all. I was just thinking of a name for a new subspecies of sweet flower I propagated. It has seeds that are 4 times as large as normal. Oh, are you interested? Wonderful. Next time, please allow me to show you the fruits of my work. It's a shame. If I wasn't coming to this mountain, I would have brought some samples with me.
Yeah, weren't you doing research in the city? How come you're here?
Timaeus and I were helping Albeto organize research data. Timaeus just left, in fact. You didn't run into him?
Sure didn't.
He said that he wasn't as sharp as Albeto when it came to data. By quite a long shot, in fact. The significance of some things Albeto is able to grasp almost immediately, but we, on the other hand, take considerable time. Timaeus seemed rather depressed about the matter. He said he was going to take a walk, so I'm currently settling the leftover affairs myself. I was originally going to take a look around myself after finishing up here, but unexpectedly, I gleaned some interesting data from these reports. But, well, guess my search for secrets will have to wait.
Secrets? Ooh, what secrets?
Paimon.
Actually, do you two have time right now?
Don't have anything on us but that.
Then, could I ask you for a favor? In truth,
But isn't he your teacher?
that's true, but I feel like he's always hiding.
Wait, how are you so sure?
Timaeus and I are both passionate researchers of alchemy. If it was anything else, Albedo wouldn't have any reason to hide it from us.
You do have a point.
Could you help me investigate what it is that Albedo's hiding?
What do you think?
The lady wishes it, we shall do it.
Yes! Thank you, thank you!
All right. Let's take a little trip, shall we?
Which means this is part 2, I assume? So now we've officially started this act. Unfortunately, and I do mean that quite literally, this is all the time we have left for this little bit. So sadly, as of right now, I need to basically just claim some little rewards that I have going on here. The True Ruler of the Dragon's Spine. Okay. We have quite a bit of series that still need to technically be done. Yeah, we're still missing books on this one, which sucks. And then that. Getting closer to the recipes and the dishes and all that jazz, which is great. Alright, good. So, what I get to do today, as of right now, is expedition reward. Oh, right, the rewards are done for the expeditions. Honestly, it's not really a big deal if I do or do not grab those for the day. The butter might be ready to finish that recipe, though. Well, a few of those. I'm gonna buy some butter. It's definitely been enough days to buy some butter. I will buy all of them. Thank you. Thank you. Sunshine, we need to just continue to create this now. How much butter we got? Ah, Fred. I think I have near enough. Well, actually, I have enough for one more. Get it. 5 more of those, which we can get next time.
That's a nice haul.
Okay, as of right now, this will be the episode. I will see you guys next time so we can get more exploration done. Be ready for it. Bye bye.
Today